Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Finals. Michelle_Wong, who's been undefeated this whole tournament, versus Smoke X Beer, whose only loss was to Michelle Wong in the winners finals bracket. So I think they're still setting up the tournament, or setting up their match. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at the winners bracket right here. Look at here. So if we look at this tournament, winners finals was Smoke X Beer versus Michelle Wong. Smoke X Beer lost to Michelle. Then in losers final, Smoke X Beer beat Quasali Primate, who ended up being our third place finisher. Quasali with Boggles. And Smoke X Beer advances again to finals. So the way winners finals works, or the way grand finals works, is that Michelle Wong is undefeated, and this is a double elimination tournament. So if Michelle Wong loses the best 2 out of 3 against Smoke X Beer, they will go to another 2 out of 3. And then Smoke X Beer will have to win again to beat Michelle. If Michelle wins either of these 2 out of 3s, then she'll be named the champion of tonight. This is our first event ever, so it'll be our first champion. And they'll be winning 9 ticket store credit to Mock Exchange, which is our great sponsor. And the second place, you know, not shabbily, they're going to get 5 tickets. Anyways, get into the action right now. So Michelle is playing Murfolk, and Smoke X Beer is playing Rakdos Control. So Murfolk's deck in Modern that people understand, you know, it's been coming up. When Modern first came out, people hyped it up, and then it didn't really perform as well as people wanted it to, even though Aether Vial was a card in Modern. But recently it's been getting better because it's just well positioned against the format. And then Rakdos Control has just been taking this tournament by storm. Like I said, Smoke X Beer's only loss has been to Michelle Wong with Murfolk. And it'll be interesting to see if that's the same thing, if the matchup is not good for him, or if his draws were poor. We'll see who will be our grand champion. And, you know, good luck, have fun to both. There we go, just posting in the chat, telling them, you know, to have fun. This is the Grand Finals of our tournament. We started with 17 people today, and we're down to the final 2. There we go, Smoke X Beer, another streamer. He was streaming this event before, and then when he lost to Michelle Wong, he thought he was out of the tournament. He didn't know it was double elimination, so he stopped streaming, but he's still playing the event. So Murfolk coming out with a Curse Catcher, followed by Marrow Regery. Curse Catcher doesn't seem like it's going to be too useful here because of all the mana stones that Smoke Beer has. See this? There we go. Batterskull comes down. Batterskull is pretty good against basically all creature deck, and because Michelle's tapped out, she can't counter it. And it's not an instant sorcery, so you can't use Curse Catcher to counter it as well. Vapor Snag bouncing the token, buying her some time. But she needs to get some Lords into play. You know, this pressure isn't going to be enough. You know, Stonebeard's shown that he has some very interesting cards in his main deck. He has main deck Blood Moons. I believe he has main deck Souls of Betrayer. There's the Blood Moon, which will turn off the Mutavault. It's not as good against Murfolk as other decks, but it does turn off Mutavault. It'll be interesting to see. There we go. There's a Lord of Atlantis. Starting to grow her Murfolks. I believe Michelle also plays Spreading Seas, so if she can get a Spreading Seas down, either on the swamp or the mountain, then the Island Walk will be relevant on these Murfolks. Battleskull being returned here. There's a good chance he'll get replay next turn. But Michelle does have 2 mana up, so she could be representing Remand or Mana Leak. Some sort of counter. There we go. Dreadbore coming down, killing the Lord. Looks like Smokebeard has decided he doesn't need to jam that Batterskull again. He doesn't need to run into any counters. Might as well test the water with this Dreadbore, see if he can kill the Lord. Because Curse Catcher by itself isn't really providing that much of a clock. He's at 9 life, and taking 1 damage a turn, I think he's okay with that for now. What is this? Is this a Master of the Waves coming down? That's what I would assume. There we go. So Master of the Waves. What is this? It's Lightning Bolt to kill a Curse Catcher to reduce the devotion, meaning that Master will only make 1 extra elemental token instead of 2. So, sacking the Curse Catcher. He pays the 1 to counter the Lightning Bolt. Interesting. No, he takes it back. Doesn't pay the 1. Not really necessary at this point, but Master of the Waves, protection from red, is kind of relevant against his deck. Dreadbore, Lightning Bolt, can't kill them. I haven't seen Murder's Cut from Smokebeard yet. So maybe this Master of the Waves can get through. He's probably going to play the Batterskull right here. So Batterskull's going to come down once again. And, you know, if Michelle doesn't have another Vapor Snag or some other sort of effect to, you know, redirect it or get rid of it for now, it's going to gain some life. Is this another Vapor Snag? There it is, another Vapor Snag. Buying her more time. She's going to get attacking for 4, put Smokebeard down to 3. She can play another Lord and put him even lower. There we go, Lord of Atlantis coming down. It's going to grow the Master of the Waves, because Master is a Murfolk wizard, but the Elemental is not a Murfolk. So, 5 damage coming through, putting Smokebeard down to 2. So any of the creatures in play right now will kill Smokebeard next turn. Next, you know, cashing in his Mind Stone to draw a card. He can sacrifice it and draw a card if he wants to. Batterskull can return to the hand for 3 mana, but replaying it costs 5. Doesn't have enough mana to do both of those. Interestingly, he decided to sack the Mind Stone, because if he had not sacked it and he had a land in hand, he could have returned it and played it in the same turn. So, interesting line of play there. Didn't seem to work out. Maybe he was looking for something that would have cleared the entire board. He actually does play Damnation main board, so that is a possibility that that's what he was digging for, was a Damnation there. So, there we go. Murfolk wins game 1. On the back of double Vapor Snag on the Batterskull. It's just enough tempo to get Michelle Wong there. There we go. Let's see if the next match is ready. No, they're still in sideboard. So there we go. Michelle Wong is up 1 game against Smokebeard. Once again, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Moxchange, for putting this event on. They added the prizes. We had 17 people show up today, and they put $1 in the prize pool for everyone who entered. So 17 tickets. So like I said, first place is going to get 9, second gets 5, and third gets 3. I said already, third place was Qasali Pride Mage, losing to Smokebeard in Losers Finals. And, you know, everyone should check out Moxchange. They're a Magic Online website that basically acts like a bot for you. They help you buy and sell your Magic Online cards. You know, they're a local group of mine started by some friends I know. Okay, let me see. Right now. So because Michelle is undefeated, like I said earlier, if Michelle loses this match, then she'll have to win the next match. Or then she'll get the opportunity to play another match and win. But if Smokebeard loses like this match, then he loses. And if he loses the second match, then he also loses. That's because Michelle so far has been undefeated in this double elimination tournament. So if Michelle picks up her first loss, then she can't be eliminated yet because it's double elimination. So she'll have to play another match with Smokebeard to reset the bracket and determine who is the true champion. Okay, so there we go. Match 2 starting. Smokebeard's taking a mulligan to 6. Not the best thing to do on the play, down a game. But I've had many games like that before. Yep. Inquisition of Kozilek coming down, turn 2. Kind of helps because we'll get to see what's in Michelle's hand right now. Usually when we watch games, we don't get to see either player's hands, but when they play discard effects, it actually does say what their hands are. So, in response, looks like we're not going to see because they get spell pierced. It'll be interesting to see how they sideboard each player. Spell pierce seems like a good card against this control deck that Smokebeard's running. You can counter many things, including Batterskulls, Damnations. Ooh, Blood Moon's coming down, but does Michelle Wong really care about this? The only thing that Blood Moon is good against is the Mutavault from Michelle's side. And Mutavault is good against control decks usually, so looks like Smokebeard has decided to keep it in. And looks like Michelle doesn't mind that. So, this game is kind of slowing down, just seems to be land go. Michelle hasn't found her third land yet. Looks like she might just be playing Murfolk now. There we go. She might have wanted to not play it right away without having mana up or something to protect it, but at this point she just wants to run her threats out. She has 7 cards in hand, so she doesn't want to discard. There we go. Chandra coming down. Just getting its ping action on. You know, you see that Smokebeard's Rakdos control deck does have Planeswalkers in it to try and grind out the long game advantage. Chandra not the best against Murfolk because most of its creatures have 2 or more toughness. Really only Curse Catcher and Master of the Wave tokens die to the Chandra. Actually, also Silvergill Adept also that does, so... But not with Murfolk in play. So there's the third land. And the creature revealed was a Lord of Atlantis, so we know that that's coming down the pipeline. And Master of the Pearl Trine's going to attack the Chandra. Guess Michelle decided she didn't want it staying in play. There we go. Exiling the top card of his great library. And the exiled card is Inquisition. So we'll see if he decides to play it here. It's going to be good against Michelle's 7-card hand. He'll for sure get something. He might take the Lord that she revealed. Or instead he might go for something else. This could be a Batterskull. Nope, he's thinking about it. You know, it's also stand-up finals for both these people. Both these people are part of the Magic community. SmokeXBeer is a Magic streamer, like I said. He streamed this event, you know. So... great on him, and Michelle is a tournament organizer. I know that she runs player-run events on the Wizards website, the community forum, so if you guys check out wizardscommunity.com/player-run-events, I know her events are in there also, along with mine, so you guys should check that out. But yeah, it's just great to see 2 people who are both involved in the community and like providing content and everything, just doing well. Michelle asking why she did Inquisition there. And then the Batterskull did get Steel Sabotaged. Steel Sabotage, counter target artifact spell or return target artifact to its owner's hand. Smokebeard with I do not know, I am bad. Maybe he felt like he could get it underneath a counter or something, or just hope that she was bluffing counters. But to be fair, she had 1 mana up. Chandra is going down there. Damnation coming down. Gonna kill 2 of the creatures. Or is it? Mana Leak. It's gonna counter it. thing is, even if the Damnation resolved, Michelle still has 6 cards in hand to Smokebeard's 1, so like she could probably just refill with more Murfolks, just because she's drawn so few lands this game, while Smokebeard's drawn a fair amount. But 5 damage coming through. It looks like Michelle does have a quick clock. Steel Sabotage. Putting people on tilt. Smokebeard doesn't believe that Steel Sabotage is in Michelle's 75. I don't think it's a terrible card in Murfolk. It's a good counter to Affinity, and it does work against things like Batterskull. And because when you're only playing one color, you can only play so many cards in your sideboard. That you get restricted on what kind of cards you can have. So seeing cards like Steel Sabotage, which necessarily wouldn't be considered, optimal sideboard cards. Sometimes you gotta do that when you're playing only one color, mono blue. Exactly, and Steel Sabotage is not bad against Wormcoil Engine. Look at all these lords. That's 15. That's 14 damage coming along. That's gonna be lethal. Does Michelle take it? Does he have any answers? One card in his hand. Looks like Michelle Wong takes it. She takes the match and she takes the whole event. Look at that. Michelle Wong winning the tournament 2-0. There we go, folks. Looking at this event, boom.